Hey, addiction counseling students, this is Dr. Robinson. This video is going to go into the syllabus for issues and addictions. We're going to talk about basically what we're going to go over this very quick semester, and we're going to talk about the assignments in depth. I encourage you to review this video if you have any questions about the assignments, but as you'll hear me state many times, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions as we go through this semester. As I stated just a second ago, this semester is going to go very quick. There's quite a few assignments. You have multiple modules due every week, and then you've got some assignments that you have to get in within this 5-week time frame as well. So, this is going to fly by. But let's just jump into the syllabus here. So, again, this is the syllabus for the summer 1 session. There's my name and my credentials. I have both an LPC and an LCAS, which is the Licensed Clinical Addiction Specialist. That AADC that you can see right here, that is the Advanced Alcohol and Drug Counselor certification or licensure that I have, designation rather, that I have. That allowed me to get the LCAS. We'll talk about these acronyms and the licensure process when we talk about professional issues in addiction counseling. If any of you are interested in addiction counseling or becoming an addictions counselor, please reach out to me. We have started the addiction counseling certification program, and I am getting my counseling supervision designation here very shortly, and we'll be able to start supervising addiction counselors for licensure. Again, let me know if you're interested, and I can talk to you more about that process. You can see here that my office phone number and my office number is listed, but obviously it's summer and this is an online class, so your best bet is to, if you want to get in touch with me, is to email me or call me or even text me on my cell phone. So using these two ways of communicating is the best bet. If you call me on my office phone, I'm not going to get it. So call my cell phone, text my cell phone, or email me. This course, I'm not going to go too much into the syllabus. You guys can read this at your at your own pace and on your own time. A syllabus is a syllabus, so I'm going to mostly spend time talking about the assignments that you have to do. So go through here and look at the course description. Here's the objectives. This is your textbook. It's the 3rd edition. It's a pretty easy to read textbook. It's I really like it. I've used it for a couple of years now. Actually, I've used it since 2016 when it came out. Let's see. This is all online, so we're not going to meet in person. I plan to change that in the future, but I'm not going to do that for this course, or for this semester, rather. Okay, so let's scroll down. There is no attendance policy because this is all online, but you are expected to participate in every class and every weekly module as if we were in class. I'm going to say this a couple of times throughout this video. I do not accept late modules. That's not just because this is a summer class, that's just in general in all of my courses, unless there is some sort of emergency that you and I have discussed that precluded you from, or prevented you rather from completing a module. I do not accept any late modules, and you'll see me repeat that again here in a little bit. Plagiarism, I'm pretty serious about this. If you submit something, it should be your own work. I have had to report students to the to Office of Student Conduct for plagiarism, and I don't particularly like doing that. If you have any questions about an assignment, I would rather you reach out to me and ask me about it before you do something that could be potentially problematic for your academic career and your master's degree. Let's see, what else? This statement here, if you have any, if you have a registered disability with ARC, please let me know. I don't need to know the disability. I just need to know what the accommodation is. That's pretty standard across all courses. But let me know sooner rather than later, please. Let's see. Okay, let's just jump. Oh, here's your grading. So let's jump down to this. We're going to get into the assignments now. Here's your grading scale. 180 to 200 points is an A, 160 to 179 is a B, and then you can see 140 to 159 is a C. If you get anything less than that, that's failing and you are dismissed from the program. So let's try to stay up on your points. And again, a lot of points are going to be given for the modules, so make sure you stay on top of doing those. So don't fall behind in your modules. Late assignments, again, I do not accept any late modules. The big assignments that you have due, I will accept those late, but there are points deducted. You can see 5 points off for each day. So in your major assignments, your signature assignment, and some other ones that we'll go into, you can submit those late if you need to, but points will be deducted. Modules will not be accepted late. You just miss those points. If you're going to submit your assignments, please submit them in a Word file, a Microsoft Word file. So, not a PDF. If it's in a PDF, I can't edit it the way that I need to, or I can't, I can't provide any edits, and I can't provide comments and responses the way that I need to if it's not in a Word file. Everything should be uploaded to Canvas. Nothing should be sent to me in an email. If for some reason you need to send something and a module or an assignment link is closed, just email me and I'll open it back up. You can submit it back through Canvas. All right, let's get into your assignments here. So module participation. So again, and you'll see the calendar here in a second. You have multiple modules due every week. Each module is worth 5 points with the exception of the very last module, which is worth 10 points, and that's going to be a pretty lengthy reflection that you have to post. The majority of the modules are reflective or just sort of discussion-based posts. So after you do the readings, you look at the PowerPoints, you listen to my video lectures, you're to respond to something. There are a few quizzes, but not very many. I don't particularly like doing quizzes. I think you get much more out of it, or at least I gather that you get much more out of it when you get to kind of write about what you read. So that's what your modules are going to be. And again, they are due by 11:59 p.m. on the due date listed in the course schedule. And we'll get down to the course schedule in a second. No late modules will be accepted. You have to attend 2 support group meetings. So number 2, you have to attend 2 support group meetings. This is an assignment that's worth 20 points, 10 points apiece. You're going to attend 1 support group meeting in person, and you need to attend 1 support group meeting online. I am not going to tell you how to locate these support group meetings. The point is, I want you to experience what it's like for individuals in the recovery world or who are attempting to seek support through AA or 12-step recovery world. I want you to sort of experience what it's like for them to go to navigate finding a home group and searching for that sort of support system. This can be a little, I think maybe a little intimidating to students. And I feel like, again, that goes back to that experience. I want you to experience what this is like. Students, the feedback I get from this assignment is, I felt a little bit like an intruder, or I felt a little bit like I wasn't supposed to be in this meeting. And I think what's important for you to know is that these are open meetings. So anyone can go to a support group meeting. These are not closed therapeutic groups. There are therapeutic aspects of it, and we'll talk about that later in our 12-step and AA chapter. It can be therapeutic, but these are not therapeutic groups. They are not closed. Anyone can go. So my recommendation to you, particularly when you go to the in-person meeting, is that you maybe just don't say anything, or you just say, I'm just here to listen. But certainly do not provide something that's not truthful. So for example, if you went to an AA meeting, if you are in fact not an alcoholic, do not say my name is Stephanie and I'm an alcoholic. That would just be disingenuous and not authentic, and I would not want you to put that out there. So you need to attend 2 meetings, and you're going to post. There's 2 assignments, discussion posts in Canvas. One says support group meeting post online, and one says support group meeting in person. You are going to post your online experience to the online assignment or discussion tab, and you're going to post your in-person experience to your in-person tab. So again, briefly, you're going to attend these 2 support group meetings, one in person, one online, and you're going to write a brief reflection of your experience. Maintain confidentiality. So what that means is I don't want you to say, this individual named Bob W. spoke about spirituality. You don't need to write any names. You can just talk about the experience in general terms. You need to provide enough information in this post to, 1, let me know that you went to this meeting. You need to have some meat to this post, and you need to provide enough information that really sort of gets at how you were feeling and what your experience was like attending these support group meetings. So again, 1 is in person and 1 needs to be online. I am purposefully not telling you how to locate these meetings because I want you to go through the process that a client will go through when they're trying to locate these meetings. Let me know if you have any questions about this. And I want to just, again, normalize the maybe awkward feeling that you may have going to these meetings. And I recognize that. I'm aware of it. And that's part of this process. So maybe even write about that. Okay, so moving on to the abstinence project. You are going to give something up during this entire semester, and you're going to journal about it. So I have addiction in quotes because, I want to make sure that I don't minimize the struggle that somebody may have who does in fact have an addictive use disorder or have problematic behaviors and feelings associated with something that they cannot stop using despite those negative consequences. So you're going to choose, and you need to do this really quickly because as you're going to see in a second, the abstinence project begins the first week of our course. You're going to give up something. And you're going to journal about it. And you're going to keep a weekly journal of your experience trying to maintain abstinence. This is the goal. You're going to give something up. And I want you to talk about any, as you can see, reflect ease or difficulty in maintaining abstinence, any internal or external triggers that may surface, any effects on self or other relationships because of you giving up this thing, behavior or food or whatever it may be. And I want you to really talk about how that was for you. How was that like for your support system? How was that like for your psyche? Were there any physical withdrawals? Did you recognize maybe something about yourself and this behavior that you were not aware of? So some things that people have given up have been social networking. So some folks have just disengaged from Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it may be. If you think that maybe you're doing this a little too much, try giving this up for 5 weeks. Other things people have given up have been food. So maybe sweets or some people gave up, I've had people give up meat. And other people have given up substances. I've had students give up alcohol. I've had students give up smoking pot. I've had students certainly give up smoking cigarettes. And it's your choice what you give up. But whatever it is, you need to give up or attempt to give up something for 5 weeks and journal about it. I am the only one that will read this journal. No one else will read this journal. I'm going to pause right here and pick up on another video because I can only record 15 minutes at a time.